This is the lightweight final here in Kissimmee, Florida at the 2021 IBJJF Pan Championships. In the white gi, you got Johnatha Alves of Art of Jiu-Jitsu, and in the blue you have Lucas Valente of Gracie Barra and Kendall. I have to say, this is one of those matches that I really hoped to see when I saw the brackets and I plotted out the possible combinations of finalists, that this is the match that I expected to see, but also that I hope to see. And judging by the performances of both of these guys so far throughout these divisions, then it just made me all the more excited to see them face off against each other.
Absolutely. I'm in the same boat. I was hoping for this match too, and both guys just on fire this weekend. Lucas Valente had a great collar choke in his first fight.
He looked like a man possessed. He has scored submission after submission. Submitted his first match against, I believe it was Joao Marco with a cross choke, or it's possibly Luan Andre. He scored multiple submissions. Submitted Fabricio Barbarotti with an incredibly fast footlock. Came very close to submitting Jackson Nagai with a knee bar. This is a different Lucas Valente than I've seen before, and I even spoke to his coach Draculino recently about this, and Draculino said he's not messing around, man. He's here to kill. He's here to
He's in the zone. You can see it in the eyes. But Johnatha with a lot of heavy pressure as well, trying to elevate the hips of Valente. I like this another double lasso. We've seen a lot of that today.
But that's what we've seen from Alves in all of his matches so far, actually, here at Pans. It's just that incredibly methodical, heavy pressure passing, just take no risks style, and just grind out his opponents and smother them on his way to victory.
See a big close guard climb up by Lucas here. Now he's opening up the lapels. Looking to use that to break the posture down of Alves. Really beautiful control here if he can bring that all the way over and potentially pass to the right hand. The lapel setup across the back can set up a lot of chokes and submissions, but it also can just set up an insane amount of control that makes it very, very, very frustrating for the person on top to even try to open the guard. And a lot of times when our partners start to get frustrated, there's a little bit of a game of patience, and they'll start making some mistakes that can lead to other opportunities.
Yeah, this lapel wrap over the arm is a little unorthodox, but when done well, it can be an incredibly powerful control and make it very, very difficult for Alves to get his arm clear.
Similar idea to what we saw in this last match with the stapling of Souza's arm to his body. If we can staple someone's limb to their body and take one of 4 of them away, we're going to be at a great advantage.
No surprise, really, to see Lucas Valente competing from this position, from the guard. I mean, he really has this incredible guard. We've seen it in action at the highest level, a world silver medalist. You know,
incredible match with his left frame.
Yeah, he really is a phenomenal technician and has a very has a great toolbox from this position, right? He's able to submit with all kinds of attacks. He's not just an armbar guy, not just a triangle. Loves the omoplatas, but recently these footlocks as well. This is just a different kind of athlete. But man, that pressure! Look at that. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Driving forward,
stapling those knees together. But Lucas doing such a good job of just continuing to bring his hips out and create some more space enough to reset in this open guard position. He
had to frame hard right there on the
right on the head
of Johnatha Alves. Alves of Art of Jiu-Jitsu. It's interesting, isn't it, that the Art of Jiu-Jitsu team, they have certain trademark techniques that you associate with all of their athletes, all of their competitors, and yet at the same time, the individuals, they have their unique games and the things that they do well, the things that they do differently. And Alves' game, his guard passing style, very much his own. Shares some similarities with his friend and training partner, Tynan Dalpra, but a little different.
Yeah, interesting to see here. You know, Lucas Valente obviously preferred position is on bottom plane guard, but opted to stand back up when the grips were broken in the open guard. And it looked like he just wanted to set up some better grips to re-pull again because, you know, a lot of respect for Johnatha's passing. Wants to have those grips set up exactly where he wants to be before he invites that passing in, right? So now we're in this double-seated position here. And Lucas has his right leg on the inside, which is where he wants it to be, but I believe I can't see too well. I think Jonathan's right leg is also on the inside, so we're a little bit, half and half here as far as who's in control. And a big close guard shoot up for Johnatha. So it looks like there was, so now Johnatha was able to pull guard and be on bottom. So from here we're going to get to see a little bit of action from Lucas on top, which he does oftentimes sweep to the top position, have great passing, right? We just don't see it usually from the very beginning. And I don't think we've seen too much of Jonathan's guard this tournament, have we? Or am I incorrect on that? Has Johnatha been pulling guard, Howell, this tournament? I don't think he's been mostly on top, right?
Johnatha has mostly played from top.
And
that's not to say that he can't play from bottom. He certainly can, but yeah, he is an equally proficient guard player. Great De La Riva guard. Interesting use of the belt there to control the hips.
Yeah, we see a little double under action here from Lucas, at least trying to swim, do his best.
I'd like to see his passing game, actually.
Yep.
I gotta say, I couldn't really tell you what his passing game looks like. I'm so familiar with his guard, haven't seen it so much, but I am interested to see his guard passing in action.
This grip that Johnatha has on the left side of the pant leg is really, really difficult to deal with. There's some different ways where you can kind of open up your knee and call it like a shin slice over. But other than that, it's very hard. You cannot just kick out usually of those grips. It's very difficult. And now he almost closes that guard, and then opts to come back into a De La Riva, kicking out that thigh with the right leg. Very, very strong position to widen the base of your opponent and really knock him off balance. He's doing a great job of continuing to change direction of off-balancing Lucas on this top position. So we're seeing,
one thing I think that Valente has to be incredibly aware of and very careful of is to not get sucked into the leg entanglements such as the 50-50. As we saw, Alves' opening match in the pans was a match with Andy Murasaki, and he took on the highly rated rookie black belt in that match and was able to tie him up with the 50-50 and the lapels and nullify him, shut down the game and sweep him. And the truth is that it wasn't the most impressive of matches, most entertaining or dynamic. It got the job done, but that's the game. That's the game here at Pans. You can't give your opponent any openings because they will do whatever's necessary to win, and if that means winning 0-0 by advantage, then that's going to happen. But we've got a little over 2 minutes remaining in this match.
There's a fine line between strategy and not playing to fight, right?
It's just one advantage in favor of Alves. 2 minutes exactly on the clock.
Interesting how he's using that lapel to pull Lucas off balance, but he's not wrapping it up anyway. He's not going into the lapel spider, lapel lasso. He's not, using it other than just to use it to pull his posture down, but it is working very well for him, so it's just not something I normally see. 1 minute and 30 seconds left here with just one advantage on the board for Johnatha.
Impossible for Lucas Valente to hit that knee slide pass while Alves is controlling that ankle so effectively, either with the pan grip or with the grip around the ankle.
Another double under attempt here. A lot more pressure coming now from Lucas, being able to get underneath both legs, trying to elevate those hips, flip Johnatha upside down, and just any attempt he can to get past those legs to get towards the upper body of Johnatha. But again, now we're back into this lapel guard as Johnatha on bottom.
Lasso as well, lasso and lapel. This is really difficult. Where on earth can Lucas Valente go from here is the question. This control position must be incredibly frustrating. Here's an ankle lock attempt. Belly down ankle lock attempt.
Johnatha having to defend very hard and come on top to
30 seconds left remaining in this match, and Lucas Valente did score a submission earlier, but
we'll give up the 2 points.
Alves comes out, gets the 2, advantage for Valente for the ankle lock, but now it is a 2-point lead right there, right at the end. I mean, to be honest, I think it was worth the risk of going for the ankle lock, even knowing that it potentially would give up those 2 points. But Lucas Valente, if I was him, I would feel very frustrated with that match because 10 minutes, Alves did not allow the Gracie Barra black belt to really get anything going. His control and his pace setting completely dictated that match. 2-0 lead, 1 advantage each. And that is the gold medal goes to Johnatha Alves for the 2nd year in a row.
In your pen, 2021 adult male black belt lightweight champion is Johnatha Alves.
Not much of a response from the crowd for that victory. I think that reflects the level of enthusiasm that they had for the outcome of the match and the way that things played out. A rather underwhelming end to one of the most competitive divisions of the entire tournament.
In 3rd place.
We'll see some replays here. The double underpassing from Lucas. He was aggressively trying to pass, but the retention just too good. Here was a look at the ankle lock, and
Ankle lock did look tight here.
I mean, it was legit, but as you drop back and your opponent comes on top, that does, you get your leg out, it concedes points, and Alves, crown champion as a result.
In 2nd place, Valente.